Another entertainer who's managed to make the news in The Independent, Joe Lycett, may well have made something of a tricky move here, Cressida.
Yeah, that's right. So Joe Lycett's responded to reports. He's previously done some gigs in Qatar. We all know that he threatened to burn £10,000 if David Beckham... Did you want Beckham not to go at all? You wanted him to pull out?
Yeah.
It turns out he didn't actually do that in the end. It was a hoax, and he did donate the money to an LGBTQ plus charity. But yeah, he's been caught out by The Sun for gigging in Qatar. But he makes the point that this is not new information. He's written about it in his own book. So yeah.
Yeah. Is it that much of a catch out? Because a lot of the newspapers are trying to say, like, he did this Beckham thing and he dared to take money from Qatar. The timeline's the other way around. Ages ago did that gig when, you know, comedians, we all need money.
I don't think it's a great gotcha. I've done these same gigs, but it's not hypocrisy for me because I agree with Qatar anyway on everything, so it's fine for me. But it is a bit different. It was a while. I'll be really honest. When I was offered this gig, I didn't even know Doha was in Qatar. That's how I was like, whatever, I'll just do the gig.
Brilliant.
These were gigs. They're actually run by English people who live in Dubai. It's not really. So I don't think it's this massive hypocrisy because it's not being paid by the state in Qatar. I think it's different having a World Cup where you're sort of saying, here we are in front of the world. We have this World Cup. A bit different from an individual comedian who at the time wasn't really known doing a gig where no one would have really seen him do it. You could argue, because he's gone so hard at Beckham, there's a certain level of hypocrisy. But,
yeah, I think people don't like the smugness. It was all a bit, dare I say it, virtue signalling.
Right.
But he makes the point that he did the gigs in 2015. He says, I reckon that if a popular comedian from those days, e.g. Shane Ritchie, had shredded a few £100 to persuade me not to go, it might have made a difference. So he's saying it's my actions now that are influencing people. You know, I didn't have a Joe Lycett to look up to. So...
But also there is sports washing, there's not comedy washing, which is a shame because we could make some money at this.